hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hi, hi. I am ready to go through more of the storyline. Regarding the other two sisters, I will go through their records at the end. Today, my goal is to go to at least, let's see, I'm on WB4. I can do 4, 5, 6, and maybe 7 depending on the time. I believe. And yay for phone data. Oh gosh. Man, I can barely watch things on my phone. I hope your connection's good. If I didn't have Wi-Fi, my phone right now, let me see. Currently, I have 2 bars of connection. I don't know why. My room usually has 1 or 2 bars. And it's really bad when it goes to 1 because when the Wi-Fi goes down, then I'm sad. I'm just like, okay, I see how it is. Good thing I have a few games on there that don't require any. Or else, oof. The man, WB4. Let the old times go. I mean, I guess I'll let the old times go. And I will not bring a support unit. That way I can farm afterwards. And look, I made Lin powerful. She and I are on our way to being besties. Uncle Meng? Uncle Meng! Are you in there? I need to talk to you. It's Du Yao Ye. Stop knocking, miss. Don't you see the sign on the door? They close at dinner time. Come back tomorrow. Hey, are you listening? Uncle Meng, are you hiding something from me? I'm coming in. If you don't answer me. Ah, look, it's Duole, here to be bullied again. I mean, he's trying to do his job. He's trying his best. And oh, I gotta reply to a work message real quick. I gotta be like, thanks. Or thank you. Since I had to ask my boss to approve my timesheet. Oh no, I made a typo. Oh, I'm so bad. I fail. That is... Okay. Let me write again. No, I keep on failing at typing. I will take my time. I feel embarrassed. Instead of saying thank you, I put thank you. I mean, at least I didn't accidentally type a bad word, I think. Because if I did, uh-oh. Another one. What is it with young people these days and going to the blacksmiths in the middle of the night? Anu, hello, hello? Oh, you're Xingyu in Innkeeper's Dang. Are you the Mandarin who came looking for Dad? When did you get to Yumen, and why? I'm looking for someone. What about you? I'm investigating a case. The government is investigating the Sword Forge. Did Uncle Meng really do something? Sounds like there is something suspicious about this place. I'm the one asking the questions. Please do not obstruct the investigation, assuming you have nothing to do with it. Who's obstructing who here? The flash of a sword interrupts Du Yaoye. The lock and the closed sign fall to the ground, cut in half. Zuole charges into the sword forge. Ah yes, he pulled out this sign can't stop me for I can't read. Chops up sign. Meng told me to keep an eye out. Didn't think there would really be someone here looking for trouble. I have to get help. What are you doing? I'm talking to you. Funk. Is this how you people investigate? Show yourself! And ah yes, a last stream recap. There's a mysterious, beautiful lady who's very, very powerful. She crashes the meeting of the old men and then tries to bonk Wei, and then on the other side, there's our lovely wandering Sarkaz lady who decides to steal a sword because of her her mentor's last wish of wanting the power of friendship, but then she gets stabbed by our sad boy here. But she still escapes, and then she ends up in multiple places, as one do. And Zuole and his uncle get bullied a lot. Mainly Zuole. Best recap, right? Oh yeah, and there's the power, or the new, friendship, I guess. The nice trio of Du, Waifu, and Lin. Also, the Rat King is just watching his daughter from the sidelines like, oh, my daughter's first mission. Oh, I'm so proud of her. I want to get involved, but I can't. Mr. Lee, please look after my daughter. At a distance. Do not let her see you, sir. And now we're here with Doob investigating after Lin kind of instigated. Come in. Mr. Lee. I saw waifu run off just now. Didn't even respond when I called out to her. She just graduated from university. Kids her age tend to act before thinking. I hope you can give her some pointers. I'm in no position to act high and mighty in front of your employees. I was the one who made trouble for her. No worries. It's a good experience. A few crooks are no match for her anyway. Was my father asking for your help last night? I wouldn't quite call it help. Just happened to overhear something when looking for someone. We detectives always hear more than other people. Hopefully, it will be of help to your case. I would love to hear it. Please take a seat. Let me decide where to start. Just hypothetically, what would happen to Lungmen if Wei and Wu and your father didn't get along? I mean, they seem like best frenemies. We're facing a catastrophe on the outside of Shanhaizong insurgents on the inside. The general has no time to see a commoner. I hear he knows a general. We should still pass the word just in case it's really something important. Go up. The general will see you. He's on the tower. The night is deep. The stairs, however, remain as bright as a day, illuminated by originium spotlights in the walls. Meng Tieyi walks slowly. The soldier behind does not rush him. It has been more than a decade since he last climbed the towers of Yumen. Lord Exorcist, sir. Cut the formalities. What is it? I would like to ask permission to leave the city. I heard about what happened to the messenger's party. There wasn't much left of it. There were a few boys from the Sword Forge in the party. Someone should pour out spirits and bring back a few grains of sand where they died. Come. Sir? Has a lockdown been communicated to the entire city? Yes, sir. You heard him. That's why I came to ask you. No. Sir, Yumen is currently moving at a high speed over the barren desert. There is no point in leaving the city right now. Enough. Yes. Yumen has gone too far. How will we find our brothers in this sand and wind? The dead are already gone. The forward progress of Yumen permits no delay. The criminals who killed the messenger have infiltrated the city. The entire city is on high alert. Catching the criminals is the most important thing we can do for the dead. If that's the case, please allow us to join in the hunt for the killer. We have many connections in the city. I'm sure we can be of help, especially with so many Diangu wanderers in town lately. Catching criminals and protecting Yumen is the duty of the soldiers of Yumen. I am not so incompetent as to need to ask for civilian help. Is that all? I feel like the Exorcist dude might have been more willing to let Uncle Mang out to quote-unquote grab some sand. If he asked earlier, I mean, they did travel far. It's a moving city, that's the thing. Like, if he asked right after he found out, then maybe he'd be let out. Just because it's like, okay, we're close enough, understandable, but it's been like a day at the very least. It's like, we've been traveling for a while now. You're not gonna be able to get there anyways. Also, we're on lockdown. You know that, right? It's like, yes, I do. Man, I thought you'd fall for it, old man. But you're smarter than I thought. Oh, sadness. You struck out in midair with such a force, yet somehow managed to stop the momentum. The foul beast dives into the river and flies away with a fin, leaving behind only ripples on the water. Your mastery of your kung fu has reached new heights. May I ask you to demonstrate one more time? Only if you can get that frightened sand beast to come out again. That's beyond my ability. A move is simply the abstract compilation of human reaction, something that is not and cannot be fixed. People don't react in fixed ways. Kung Fu is all about improvisation. Do not let yourself be bound by form and moves when you record the martial arts under heaven. The form is a shell, while the concept is a spirit. The Grandmaster taught me that long ago. Knowing and understanding are different matters. You should learn to be flexible. Like, Chubai looks cool. The Millennium is assembling the troops. A full 100-man regiment. That's big. The men are assembled, sir. Gear check. Then we go to the South Side Sword Forge. Yes, sir. South Side Sword Forge. South Side Sword Forge. Miss Chu, record keeper. Have you picked up the Shanghai Zong's trail? Monitor Sensor Taihe was injured near the Sword Forge. Lord Zuole has ordered a search of the place. Has the Lord Exorcist been informed? The general was stationed at the outer tower. He authorized Zuole to command his personal troops for 3 days. Is there direct evidence that the Sword Forge was involved? The details are unclear. Where is Zuole? He went over first. He is very anxious about Monitor Sensor Taihe's injury. And Chiyubai's probably like, oh gosh darn it, I gotta go save him again. Fine, Zuole, I guess I'm gonna go after you now. You reckless boy. Some sword forge, it's just a hideout for gangs. He's not here. So Meng had dealings with the candle holder. I knew he couldn't be trusted. He still has the catastrophe data. Find him. After dispatching these 2 kids. Who are you? Where's Uncle Meng? Did you kill him or are you working with them? Where are the cheese? Not in a talking mood? Then we can do this the hard way. A sword flashes past Du Yaoye as Zuole steps forward. He swings his sword without a word, his brow furrowed. This is the second time that Du Yaoye has been interrupted today. Salva! Well, now she's taking out her anger on that grunt. The old smith told me to stay in the house while I recover from my injuries. Someone has intruded into the yard. Things are chaotic. Have the mandarins found me? Jia Yun holds a sword tighter in her arms. Shifu said the sword forge would be easy to find. There are as many sword forges as there are inns in the nomadic city. But you are always pointed towards the same place if you ask for the sword forge without specifying which one. Shifu was right. She said the sword forge was not big or impressive, just a few furnaces and an old tree. But there are always friends coming in and out, drinking, singing, sparring with each other. They come from all walks of life, but they have fought together and went to many places together. They take turns fueling the fire, sometimes even grabbing the blacksmith's hammer to bang on the metal for a while. The bright fires keep the night away. Shifu says there's a place like this in every city. Inconspicuous, but indispensable. All Shifu talked about in her last days were these things, these people, and this place. Aw, she was reminiscing. Who's there? This place cannot be allowed to come to harm. Stop. You're making a mess of the yard. Go outside if you want to fight. So they had help hiding here. Tisk. Why does she have the sword? Boss, the girl's injured. Kill her first. A gust of wind sends sand flying everywhere, obscuring the figures darting across the yard. The injured girl steps back, pressing on her wound, and leans against the old tree, panting. She does not notice Du Yaoye's approach. The masked attacker once again disappears into the shadows. The young candleholder steps into the middle of the yard, shielding the two girls behind him. A sword has appeared on his belt, tightly attached to a hidden fastener. My sword! When did it? The impact just now. A broken leather strap falls to the ground, made by hunters out of the hide of their prey. The tough, durable leather was perfect for holding a sword. The sword that has never left her side. This is the Grandmaster's sword. Now that I have the sword, I won't pursue this particular matter any further. If you're not working with the Shanhai Zong, the matter of your trespassing into the barracks can wait. Hey! Give it back! Who are you? Let me go. You're hurt. Stay put. I don't care about the sword, but you being here at the Sword Forge means you must know Meng Tieyi. Tell me, where is he? Did you see two young people from Shangshu in the Sword Forge? I'll rip your wound open if you don't talk. What a threat. It's like, well... Looks like they're not together. Those outside block the exit. Don't let them get away. Did you hear me? The sound is very close. He turns around, startled. The pain increases as he moves, becoming as clear as the communicator that has been cut in half. He does not have time to regret. Oh, she really did come to rescue him. He's like, gosh darn it, Zule, not again! Chubai. I took care of the ones outside. The same group that attacked you at the market. Shanhai Zong? Yes. Reckless. Not only have you failed to improve your kung fu, I can listen to your reproaches later, after we've taken care of these. Wait. Her palms have begun to sweat just after a few movements. The yard. The heat. It's getting hotter. It's only March and it's night. How could the temperature be rising? Could it be the Sword Forge's originium furnace? The fire is out. Boss, we lost a few guys to her. Stop wasting time. So you know you're wasting time. Do the cicadas sing in March? The air is so oppressively humid, it almost feels like water. There is no morning dew. Everyone realizes that something is out of the ordinary. Ooh, mysterious thing is happening. The man. Dew is the scariest one here after Chubai. Like, Chubai can probably destroy everyone while... Like, Dew's threats are pretty terrifying. If you don't tell me what I want to know, I will rip your wound open. It's like, oh, okay, maybe I'll tell you. But Zule, he's just here to be rescued during this event. He's just being bullied. I mean, he's trying his best here. He got the sword back, but still. A drop of water falls into Chiubai's face. Spring comes late in the north. New leaves have yet to appear on the old pagoda tree. The water droplets formed on a sword blade. Oh no! It's the aloof lady. Master. Where is Meng Tieyi? Not here. We ran to them as we were preparing to leave. This sword. You were the one who attacked Uncle Taihei. Zule, are you gonna try to fight her? She's gonna wreck you, boy. Like, you don't stand a chance at all. Though since waifu's coming this way, I hope she's able to get here in time, and then maybe, just maybe, punch the pretty lady at least once. I mean, they said that they want the messenger's information from Uncle Meng since he has that one thing that was on the dude. Like, he took it back with him like a smart dude would. Because Uncle is cool like that. And I'll just put her here, so she can bully the dudes to come out of there. Once her attack is ready anyway, she can just look pretty there. Look at her asserting her dominance by standing. Please let me use your skill, come on. Okay, there. It's all good now. Yeah, this is fine. And just in case she needs a friend, Susie will be here. I know they mentioned that they were thinking of, like, changing the course, or kind of-ish, when they're moving around, just to make sure they avoid the catastrophe, wherever it's gonna be. Oh no, the dudes are breaking the rock. Go, Susie, go. I believe in you. Also, Bestie, Lynn, let me do your thing. There. All good. The rock is safe. Now, if only I could heal the rock. But no, it's all good. Look at how powerful she is. Once her skill's active, she can destroy things, and I'm proud of her. Oh yeah, it's been a while since we actually encountered a catastrophe. Like, full on anyways. And older shield bros. Uh-oh. Go, bestie, go! Well, I'm glad they went after punching the rocks instead of Golden Glow, then I would have been pissed. Who was that man? He just came in, looked around and left. Could he be a plainclothes from the patrol battalion? Coming to see if there are smugglers here? Plainclothes won't bumble like that or draw so much attention. Then he came to cause trouble. I'll go and catch him. How? He was gone in the blink of an eye. He clearly knows Jingong. Ah yes, the burly man who we don't know if he's a father or not. That was the last in. Nothing. The girl said she wanted to leave the city, but she's not at the gate. The doc had to use the best meds to treat her. What if she doesn't come back and he puts the bill on my tab? I have to catch her. I love the motivation. It's like, I don't want to have to foot the bill. She has to pay. I'm not sure I understand your analogy. It wasn't the most apt. I opened my little agency in Lungmen to make a living, but business ended up better than I expected. Wei Yanwu and the LGD can't deal with every little trouble out there. We need good citizens like Mr. Lin to pitch in. It can't be helped. Can't be helped. That's true for Lungmen, and it's true for Yumen as well. Yumen patrols the northern borders to repel potential threats to Yan. Back when Originium technology was not so advanced, it took several times the manpower to run a mobile fortress like Yumen, compared to today. A group of patriotic martial artists went to Yumen at the time. They never officially joined the army, but they helped out with all sorts of things. Escorting messengers, scouting the path ahead, even going into the battle with the army. They played a key role in Yumen's peace and prosperity, and earned the respect of the city. Chernobog, I remember the name of. What was Vigilio? Bigelow? I don't remember the place names. I'm bad at names. Though when I think of other catastrophes we almost saw with our nice like, you know, little dwarf buddies underground, they were escaping a catastrophe that was going to happen soon technically, and also our vacation where they were going to have a nice concert, but then of course the volcano was going to erupt, which is basically a catastrophe, I think. So there's some close calls. The court in Jianghu were one of mind. This was how human used to be until 20 years ago. The Shanghai Zong? Yes, once again, the Shanghai Zong were the reason. There's nothing else. I hope I didn't bother you in your duties. It would be on my head. You knew I wouldn't agree. A short whistle, then the tower's originium lighting shuts off without warning, surrounding the pair in darkness. A flickering flame lights up in the distance a second later. The soldiers run back and forth, passing the torch between the beacons. 17 roars of the drum, dragged through the night sky by the rapidly moving human. Today's the second day of the Wang Feng festival. It was created to remind the people of Yumen to remember the past. This meeting may have taken place earlier or later. By then, you may have recalled a few things. I've never forgotten. Do you remember how many of the heroes who died for Yumen were not soldiers? They owe Yumen nothing. Nor does Yumen know anyone anything. Zuo! Stand down. It was my negligence that allowed those criminals into the city 20 years ago. Disguised as human martial artists, you can blame me, punish me, execute me. But the blame should fall only on me. Or on you. All the responsibility falls upon me. And how have you taken responsibility, alienating the brothers who gave blood and sweat for Yumen, driving them away? Is that your idea of taking responsibility? Yumen owes them an answer. Yumen belongs to Yan. All it does is in the service of the Yanese people. That's my answer. This meeting is over. The name Shanghai Zong is not widely known. It wasn't that anyone was negligent. Everyone was so focused on guarding against external threats, they didn't realize there were enemies hiding in the shadows. Bodyguards, bouncers, blacksmiths. These civilians often fought alongside the soldiers and enjoyed a great deal of freedom in Yumen. The Shanghai Zong took advantage of this fact. Oh no, not the wonky connection. Oh, the feels. I hope it gets better soon. The city was caught off guard and responded slowly. The Shanghai Zong's plot to destroy the city's power core was foiled, but only after heavy casualties have been taken. After that, taking measures after the fact is still better than none at all. But the measures might have gone too far. After that, the Lord Exorcist began to reform the city's administration, removing Jianghu involvement, and setting increased restrictions on the movement of people. Some of those who stayed joined the army. Others put their swords down and took up another living. An ordinary cook at an inn may have been a famous swordsman back in the day. 20 years is plenty of time for a city to look very different. Dad always says that there will come a day when Lungmen won't need downtown or the Rat King anymore. If there comes a day when the city no longer needs a patrol in the if there comes a day when the city no longer needs to patrol the Barrenlands, then the people in the city won't need to carry swords anymore. Times change. Some want to give it a push, others a pull. In the end, they're all left behind. That's the story that I heard. Does it help? A lot, actually. Thank you, Mr. Lee. Look at Mr. Lee helping her. What did you learn? 10 man, 2-hour shifts. No extra guards at the sand sluice.
just as I saw. One more thing to ask you to do. At the hour of you, I want you to cause a little commotion around the Sans Luis. Nothing too big, just draw away the patrols. What do you? Ask no questions if you still trust me. Alright. Did you see Zuo Xuan Liao on the tower? Yes, I did.
And he was being a crotchety old man. It's getting hotter. Someone attacked Wei Yanwu last night and threw the human barracks into chaos. You were the assassin. You cause abnormal weather wherever you go. Is this art or some other trick?
Murder of a messenger, attempted theft for catastrophe data, attempted assassination of a court official. What do you think human is, Shanghai Zong?
A city headed in the wrong way. This way is wrong. Go no further.
You know why human is returning.
It's not hard to guess.
Father tasked me to complete 3 tasks in 3 days. Recover the Grandmaster's sword, catch the assassin, and track down the Shanghai Zong who have infiltrated the city. It turns out all the answers are right here in the Sword Forge.
You won't complete any of them.
Stand back. This one's kung fu is unfathomable.
We're no match for him.
You're not as strong as the Forte men, but you seem a little quicker in the uptake.
So it was you who attacked Lord Taihei?
You dodged the last strike. Will you dodge or block the next one?
Neither. He often told her that kung fu is like climbing a mountain. Whether as a tool of revenge or a way of life, the more treacherous the path, the steadier one's heart must be. She saw her enemy, and she saw the mountain. That is why she spent 5 years with him. If the battle cannot be won, she would seek to not lose.
Offense is the best defense.
You have guts, I'll give you that.
But things are not as simple as you think.
They cross swords, and she realizes her decision was imprudent. She is facing another mountain. Cold steel flashes before her face, the droplets on the blade touching her nose. She can hear her own heartbeat. Oh man. Yeah, since she's a Farenmut, her heart is probably, a lot more, I guess you would consider it pure, since they're basically immortal martial artists. Which kind of hurts. They gotta actually use technique against them. If the record keeper were here, he would have exclaimed that Chiubai recreated the move on the training ground. Dive, stop, and turn around before hitting the arc of death, like the foul beast that narrowly avoids the waves on the river. Groans.
You dodged again. How dare you? You?
Get out of the way, Zuolei. Chiubai grabs Zuolei by the collar and pulls him back. He sees the foe's third swing, which lights up the yard. It is March, but the Sword Forge feels like it is in midsummer. Even the night sky looks a little whiter than in the heat wave. There is only a pagoda tree behind them. There is nowhere to run. Oof. Zuolei wanted to be like, I can do this, I can help you, but no, he's in the way. He just had to be yeeted. The sword. Don't move. You're still trying to take the sword? Do you want to get yourself killed? You're not dying until you tell me where Ming Tieyi is. Guowazi. A burly man suddenly appears in the yard. He grabs the girl and knocks away the sword in one fluid motion. Like a bucket of cold water poured on the ground, he forces everyone to scatter. The heat disappears.
I've been looking for you.
Let me go.
You almost got yourself killed. I told you to stay put in the clinic. Now you've made your injuries worse.
You're still inhuman. Why?
Oh, it's you. Your Shifu won't fight me until he's left his post. I have to wait for him. You haven't budged for 3 years? Nope. What's more important than this? Where can I find an opponent like him after he leaves Yumen? There's a kung fu master right here in front of you. Why don't you have a go at her if it's a fight you're looking for? This woman? You're in my way. Something didn't feel right when I blocked that attack. It was heavy, but had neither form nor design. I don't know what that strange power is, but you're no master. I have no time for you.
Wow. Wow. Well, Mr. Huai. I like how it's like, yeah, you may be the Shanghai Zong boss, and you might be a terrifying lady, but nah, I have no time for you, ma'am. I want to fight Dragon, bro.
You hear that commotion inside, Jing? The young man just broke in before I could stop him. Damn. This is Tia Yi's last workshop. He's been good to us. We need to protect it. Master, boss, there are more Jianghu adventurers coming. And human soldiers behind them, coming from 3 directions, around 100 in total. No point wasting time here if the one we're looking for isn't here.
Sudden silence. It is as though the cicadas were never there. It is still March. The chill of early spring makes everyone shiver.
Let's go. Stop right there.
Man, Zule, you couldn't even grab one of the grunts.
That's the one, Jing. Where are you going, sir? Out of my way. Look at the mess here. Hardly anything left standing except the walls. You owe us an explanation. This is a human military case. Anyone who interferes will be arrested. Wait, you're Zuo Xuanliao's kid. So Zuo Xuanliao wants to take down the last sword forge now? Impudence. Lord Zuo.
What would I consider a W for Zuole? A situation where he doesn't need to be rescued. He is the damsel. Without intending to be. It's not like he's getting kidnapped, but he's still the damsel.
Lord Zuo. Did you see the Shanghai Zong on your way here? We've sent men after them. Good. Round them up and take them into custody. Lord Zuo, there are dozens of them, all local residents. They appeared right as the criminals retreated and obstructed our pursuit. They must be investigated thoroughly. All the rest have something to do with the case.
The girl in the exotic outfit was hiding in the sword forge. She must know where Meng Tieyi is. I'm going with you if you take her away.
The sword forge is linked to the Shanghai Zong. Given your ties to Meng Tieyi, I would have asked you to come with us regardless. As for you, she's coming with me to get her wounds treated and pay her bill. This is no time for jokes.
I can't go with you. Mr. Zuole, that is not a joke. Death is not a joke. Medical bills are not a joke. She needs to pay for her medicine and her treatment. Mr. Hu, I don't want to have to pay that bill.
Humph. All you care about is a sword.
Oh, he just grabs it from Zuole. Zuole doesn't even stand a chance. Oof. He's like, yes, I at least got one of the things that my dad wanted me to... Never mind. Why you?
Take these people back to the barracks for questioning. I'll go after the Grandmaster's sword. Are you alright, Miss Chu?
Just a scratch. Do as Zuole says for now.
Please treat these Jianghu people with proper respect, Millennian.
That man. Noises continue to emanate from the direction of the sword forge, but Waifu stops in her tracks. The figure on the roof vanished in the blink of an eye, as though it was just a gust of wind. Waifu tightens her fist. She has never been more certain. Father, is it you? Go chase him down, and look, I'm so close to leveling up. Since I got this close, I stopped farming stage 3 just because I want to be able to farm other stages. So I'm happy I got this one. Like, I can get this. Oh, I have a lot, but... Nah, no but actually. Believe my belief. For vengeance, for loyalty, for the people. I like that dedication. It's like, yo, Dragon Bro, I want to fight you so badly. It's like, sorry, I can't fight you. It's like, but why? Wait for me to retire. Okay, I will stay here so I can fight you. You are the most worthy opponent for me. I was born by the river. Dad told me that the river links the entire world. Build a good boat and you can go anywhere. Dad hated the snow. People can't go out when it snows, so business stops and the whole family starves. That's how I got my name. I didn't know what business was, only that Dad would come home at the end of each month with a sword in one hand and stuff for the family in the other, including a present for me. Mom would sort the stuff and wash Dad's bloody clothes without a word. Then one day, a group of people wearing armor broke into the fort. Dad lived on the river all his life, and that's where he died. I only remember the leader. He didn't look happy at the total victory he just won. He only gazed at the river, dyed red with blood, lost in thought. There was only one thought on my mind. I wanted to take revenge. Whose origin story is this? I found out where he lived. I left home, going from the easternmost edge of Yan to the westernmost. I learned that the land was more than just the river. There were mountains, streams, forests, plains. People lived in many different ways and dealt with many different hardships. Dang, Chubai, she has a shonen protagonist backstory. The river fort was too small. Dad might have chosen a different path if he had come out and seen all the land under heaven. Dad was wrong. There were only so many places you could go on in a boat. Finally, I came to Yumen. He stood atop the walls with that same expression. I began to understand. I should take revenge. That's about it. Guai has a sword. The Kung Fu lunatic is too much for Zuole to deal with.
He waited 3 years just to fulfill the promise. Interesting man. How are Taihei's injuries?
He's still unconscious. The one who wounded Taihei was the same one who attacked Wei Yanwu. She got away in the chaos and was too fast for me to catch. Zuole closed the sword forge. Many martial artists are under observation. Catastrophe lies before us, while the relationship between the military and Jianghu has broken down. Yumen is only going to face even more chaos.
I could hardly reproach him for being impetuous.
You must take action yourself.
General Zhu entrusted the garrison to me. I can't very well openly defy him.
You know I'm not just talking about what happened after these few days. You'll be leaving soon. You must answer to those who looked up to you before you leave. Or did you think you could dodge the questions that you cannot answer clearly?
People think that you're my student. Sometimes even I forget where you came from and treat you like I would Zuole and the record keeper.
I've never called you master.
I'm not your master. You're natural. Most of what you could do with the sword you learned on your own. There was little I could teach you.
You hid my identities from the others, allowing me to stay in Yumen.
I can't very well abandon a child to the barons.
You never thought I would try to kill you? Or did you think I could never defeat you?
You didn't have to beat me if you wanted revenge. Just slip some poison to my food or push me off the wall. I worried that you wouldn't be able to let it go even after killing me.
I would have called you a hypocrite if I hadn't hung around you for 5 years. Ah, so he was the one who destroyed or killed her dad. Oh, is this... Oh no, what was that one series called? Shoot, my brain isn't working. Where the MC's name is Thorfinn. Oh no, brain not working, brain meltdown. Too much food I ate, can't think straight. But yeah, she's basically our little boy Thorfinn. Being like, you killed my father, now I shall follow you. Yes! Vinland Saga. That is basically what she pulled. She followed him all the way there as a little kid and just stuck around him for 5 years, wanting her revenge.
5 years. It's been that long?
Not so long from your point of view, is it?
Why would you say that?
Your appearance hasn't changed the slightest, and you still have that sad, depressed expression on your face, as though you've grown tired of seeing everything that happens in the world. The slowest burden beast would realize that you're no ordinary man. I always thought the stories about long-lived races were a myth. Turns out there's one right next to me.
You knew.
I just never cared. I wanted revenge. How long you could live didn't matter. And thinking about you not being an ordinary mortal is just looking for excuses. Like you said, climb the mountain one step at a time. All other thoughts are just distractions.
Can one truly let go of one's obsession with vengeance, one's obsession with victory and defeat, even when one's wish is fulfilled? Distractions make your sword slow.
We mortals need our obsessions in order to keep living. You know that.
You weren't so forceful when we first met.
You taught me a lot these 5 years.
Only the basics of Kung Fu.
As you said, you can only teach so much, but how much one learns is up to oneself. You should go and see those who remember you. Far too many have an obsession with you. Yeah, an obsession, alright. The big man is gone.
Stop right there!
You again?
If you're not in league with those criminals, why did you steal the sword? What is your connection to the man at the clinic?
I don't know them, and I don't know who he is.
You don't understand what kind of trouble you've gotten yourself in. You've never lived in a nomadic city, and you know nothing about human. Someone told you where the sword was, and got you to steal it. But you don't understand what kind of trouble it would bring. Tell me, things may still be salvageable. I told you, I'm not acting under anyone's instructions. I'm just repaying a debt. Even if the price is your life. Stop following me. Whatever the truth is, I can't sit aside and let you put yourself in danger. I'm trying to help you.
Yeah, I'd have a ... moment too. It's like, you're trying to help me? I don't know how much help you'll be. From what I've seen, you just keep on getting bullied, Zule. If you're the one trying to help me, wow, what does that make me? All your words won't change anything. You're not a good person.
I'm under orders to investigate. You're the one who stole the sword. You may have your reasons, but that's no excuse for distorting the truth.
The man who arrested all the smiths at the forge can't be trusted.
They try to cover the Shan Haizong's escape. They were there to protect it. All involved must be investigated until they are cleared of suspicion. We face the double threat of a catastrophe and the criminals. I must abide by my duty to human.
My clan only makes weapons for strong and healthy Anasa, who have reached the age of 16. Those who receive a weapon swear to protect the young, the elderly, and the sick of the clan. You say things about not letting me put myself in danger, about protecting a city, but you point your weapon at the common people.
This is my duty.
Shifu was right. You people think that you're always right just because of your lofty justifications. Now she's just putting him in his place. He's like, oh, so that's how you guys see me. Well, you're not wrong. It's my job, but yeah. ...
I slowed down on purpose, only to find that no one was following.
Yeah, no one was following It's just Zuole. No one important.
You two started chatting while I still had the sword. There's been a misunderstanding, sir. I ask that you return the sword to its rightful master. I heard you two arguing and more or less have an idea what's going on. This sword belonged to the Grand Master, but this girl sneaked it out. I'm sure he doesn't rely on any single weapon. Don't tell me he sent you after it because he missed it so much. I'm afraid I'm not at liberty to say. Causing trouble for him would delay his retirement even more. But I promise to help this girl here. What a headache. Aha! I can't really be bothered with complicated questions, but I have a quick and simple solution.
Oh man. I bet he's gonna get into the double digits for how many L's he takes.
Both of you have some kung fu. Why don't you two fight it out, here and now? And whoever wins gets the sword. No weapons, hand to hand only. Ridiculous! How can something so important be determined so callously? I'm not fighting.
I like that. Even though she's injured, she's basically like dying from her wound, but she's like, nah, I'ma fight you, bro. I can take you in a fight, even with this handicap.
I'm in a hurry.
Man, Zulele. Fist and foot as one in points of 5. Catch and parry, barrage to open. Even within an inch there lies right and wrong. Focus elsewhere only negates effort.
Oh?
The day has barely begun to break. The inn's workers wipe down the tables and prepare food for the day in the kitchen. Lee rises to the call of the foul beast in the backyard, and the sound of fists cutting through the air.
Like father, like daughter. Nice.
Uncle Lee.
It's been a while since I've seen you practice this form. I thought maybe you had some sort of divine inspiration that helped you rise above forms and moves.
Don't tease me like that. The only way to get better at martial arts is to practice. There are no magical secrets.
You're right. I remember how you got on the wrong side of a gang the first time you went out on an errand for the company. When I arrived, all I saw was triads lying unconscious on the ground, while you stood there like nothing had happened. You were only 16.
I started learning kung fu before I learned to talk.
You remember?
He told me.
At least he taught you well in that regard.
Like they say, your teacher can show you the door, but you have to be the one to walk through it. And you hello? Well, I suppose being shown the door is important too.
Maybe this was the only thing that he felt he could do as a father. I'm not trying to defend him. He wasn't a good father. But you shouldn't let that stop you from living the life you want. Consider your kung fu a gift. You can always tuck it away if you don't like it. Pursuit of kung fu mastery was his path, but it doesn't have to be yours.
I have nothing against kung fu, and of course I have my own life. I graduated magna cum laude with a degree in mechanical engineering from the Lungman University of Science and Technology. I'm an employee of Lee's detective agency and a field operator for Rhodes Island.
But not the first hero of justice to graduate from LMUST.
I could be, if needed.
Then tell him the next time you see him.
Uncle Lee, you
wouldn't just pick up a form that you haven't practiced for a long time for no reason. Considering his irresponsible behavior all these years, it would be more than understandable if you wanted to pick a fight with him. It's okay if you lose. I doubt he was any better at your age.
Nah, she gonna beat him. Zuole is young for a candle holder, but he has seen his share of cases. However, there has never been one where he could not fight back, nor has he ever been taught to do in such a situation. Does he have a guilty conscience? Or is he not willing to take advantage of an injured girl? No, it's neither of those. He's just getting wrecked. All Zulele does is block the attacks as they fall on him. They both fall to the ground, their faces covered in dirt. But the girl continues to strike with all she has. With all that she has. It looks like a fight between children.
Shakes head and sighs. Stop. The girl wins. Catch. Go and repair your debt, then come back and pay your medical bill.
All right.
Here's your sword, boy. You didn't fight back because you knew she was hurt. No shame in that. No need to give me that look. The girl promised me she'll come back. I trust her. If she goes back on her word, I'll catch her for you.
Nah, he still got an L. He lost the fight. No matter what reason, he still lost the fight. You can go now. Why are you looking at me like that? Looks like you're unharmed. Surprised or disappointed? I didn't want anything to happen to you. There was a misunderstanding. Sorry to get you into trouble. I've explained it to them. Everything is fine. Hold on. A soldier told me that the armband, the one you gave me, was evidence retrieved from outside the city the day before. Are you going to explain it to me or not? Why should I? If you already know the story. Du Yaoye's fist stops in midair. Lin Yuxia makes no emotion to block or dodge. We've only just met. I can understand if you don't trust me. You wanted someone to help you check out the sword forge, that's fine. But you shouldn't have used my friend as a pretext. Sorry. Stop. If you don't get to apologize to me, I won't forgive you. Fine. Is this how Lungmanites do things? It's how I do things. Well, I'm not going to come away empty-handed from this. What did you find? Tell me everything you know. I became certain of what I had only suspected. Starting with the attack on the messenger, something was off about everything we've seen. It wasn't a coincidence that you ran into the Shanghai Zong at the Sword Forge. It's proof that Meng was in league with them. So it was him? He's the only one with both the motivation and the means to plan all this. I don't understand why he would do it. What else do you know about my friend's whereabouts? Not much. Not much. I sent someone to look into it. In the worst case scenario, all of Yuman could be in great danger. I hope this is not his goal, or that he has a plan. All these years, Meng Tieyi has rarely stood outside his workshop to gaze upon it. Inside, the yard has always felt cramped. The walls and door look more impressive when one looks on them from the outside. There are only a few days left of the month-long market. The streets are busy as ever, making the lonely sword forge feel conspicuous in comparison. The closed sign has fallen to the ground, replaced by a red and white ceiling tape. A rivet has fallen from the door. He has never noticed, nor has anyone told him.
Huh. Am I getting senile? I couldn't even get this one last thing done properly.
Like, man, what happened to my shop when I was gone? This is what happens when I leave for a day. Rain forecast. Okay, the map isn't too scary looking. I got this. The sun sets in the west. Both the people and the city walls cast long shadows, covering the stalls by the road. A vendor closes his umbrella and yawns.
Closing up. 30% off on what's left so I can go home for dinner.
Ooh, I want to buy stuff.
Just go. Tourists these days don't care about your toy weapons anymore. I would have joined the army if I had the skills to forge real swords. Say, I saw a tourist carrying a blood-red sword yesterday. Now that was something unusual. I wonder where it came from.
The girl looks around, perplexed. She has never seen a scene like this before. The ground rumbles slightly underneath her feet, likely a sign that the nomadic city is decelerating. Right? Decelerating. The people on the streets seem completely unperturbed by it, going about their business as usual. Ooh. And yes, all the craziness from escaping the catastrophes. Like, oof. Oh yeah, that was the one where they were driving, right? Like, we believed through the power of driving and asking all of our friends on top of Rhodes Island to help. Like, please, I believe in you guys. Let's turn. She smells the aroma of food and remembers that she has not eaten for 2 days. Oh, she must be starving. The soreness all over her body hits at the same time as the hunger. Her legs take on the mind of their own, following the scent to a restaurant.
What would you like?
Whatever that person is having.
Cold noodles with roasted meat for table 3.
It is near dinner time, and the place is almost full. A good, hearty dinner is the most comforting thing for honest, working people who have been busy all day. The TV on the wall plays a martial arts drama on repeat, the familiar story occasionally catching the attention of the customers. Why does the man in the box look like him? The swordswoman next to him looks a little like Shifu, but not quite the same. What does adapted from true events mean? Ooh! So it is a movie about her Shifu.
Your noodles, miss.
Thank you.
I see a 100-meter scroll signed by every single person in town. Now that's a meaningful gift.
Nisha Lema? The Grandmaster is going on a journey. How is he gonna carry that? Better to have something practical, like some local food for him to eat on the way. How many years has the Grandmaster protected you men? All I know is that he's been around since before my dad was born.
He must be more than 100. No wonder he's leaving his post. It must take a toll on him.
But I've heard some Jianghu wanderers say that they've seen him lately, and he still looks like he's middle-aged.
Wait, is he immortal or something?
I've heard that I heard there are those who live much longer than normal, thanks to arts. The Grandmaster must be one of those. Anyway, the one thing everyone should remember is that he's the hero and the protector of you men. Never heard of a spouse or kids, though. What a shame when you consider what General Zuo's son has already reached adulthood. They called him a hero?
How did you like your meal, miss?
It was very good.
Now the bill.
I'll take care of it. Thank you. Sure. Now, how about that? We meet again. Did you lose your wallet or just forgot? I lost it. Ouch, that's unlucky. Looks like you're new around here. I'm guessing you don't really know the place? I'll go with you to report the loss. Thank you, but I'm fine. I'll pay you back next time. Hold on. Is that the sword you said you were looking for?
Are you trying to take it too?
What do you think I am, a thief? But I've heard rumors that a special sword went missing. Could it be? I have to go. How nice of waifu to pay for her meal.
Who's there? Show yourself! They say you don't try this stuff. You don't try this with martial artists.
I mean, maneuvering around a catastrophe does take lots and lots of skills, which is why we relied on the power of friendship in our Rhodes Island. Like, that was a cute power of friendship moment, being like, I trust you guys to do this.
Especially not with the martial artist. Am I a goner if he's just if he just takes a swing by instinct without looking, then I would have to arrest him for manslaughter. So did I win the bet? You did. I had a bet with Liang Shun over how you'd react when you saw us. He said you would turn around and leave, but I said you would freeze on the spot. Never seen one who could read others better than you. Well, he is my oath brother, not exactly a stranger.
Ah, so you are the father, Mr. Burly Man.
Don't worry. Waifu doesn't know you're here. A reunion of father and daughter calls for a grander occasion after all. I'm not like our Lord Magistrate over there, who drags me into trouble for the first time we see each other in a dozen years. Yes, I know I owe you one. Is it too much sarcasm if I keep harping on this? Well, there's no one else here, just the three of us. We have wine and food. Shall we sit down and chat? The locations of all the suspicious warehouses have been sent to your terminals. Check them one by one, going from east to west. Move quickly, time is short. Don't do anything rash if you find something. Contact the others and we'll move in together. Were you looking for me?
He reacts quickly. Years of experience have taught him when it is time to fight, and when it is time for flight. As soon as he turns around, however, he feels a hand on his shoulder, immobilizing him.
Why are you trying to run if you're looking for me? You... Sharp but not enough guts. Fix that, and there's potential for bigger things for you.
The old man withdraws his hand.
Tell Miss Lin that I'll be waiting for her at the warehouse in the southern city on the 5th Street, Block 7, at the hour of Shen.
Ah yes, I totally took all those notes down. It's like, okay, time to meet him at the warehouse in the southern city on the 5th Street, Block 7, the hour of Shen. Yes, yes, yes. Dot 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 dot.
Not drinking. I'm still on duty. What about you? Alcohol isn't good for you. Well, what are we gonna do if we're not drinking or talking? Just stare at each other?
Ah yes, just staring. Stare, stare, stare. Like Uncle Ming. I'm not entirely sure what he's planning. I mean, I don't think he's with the Shanghai Zong guys. He seems like he just wants to be able to be with his buddies based on like how the Sword Forge, they just go there to hang out and have fun. So I'm not sure what Uncle's doing.
Didn't you have something to ask him, Mr. Liang? I could ask you the same. Have we gotten to the point that we can't talk while sober? If you have something to say it. What have you been doing? Wandering. Looking for strong opponents in each new place, until there's no one left. Then I move on. I had to study Mr. Liang to see what the changes were over the years. You, why, or I guess who I. You wear them on your face. What changed? You got old.
Wow! You know, I like the deduction, Lee. This is why you're the greatest detective.
That's obvious. I was actually worried I was going to hear someday that you died in a duel. Would I? There's always someone better, as they say. So, how long have you been in human? 3 years. There's someone here who promised to fight me. He said it could take 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, maybe more. Huai Tianpei, so obsessed with earning fame, learning patience. What's a few years here? There's no one else to fight anyway. So you've been working at the clinic for 3 years.
The scent of herbal medicine covers up the aroma of the wine. There is nothing left but a bitter taste.
Pulsatilla yanensis. Psychotria rubra. Xanthoxylium avicenne. Senecio scandens. I spent almost a month asking the various schools, never imagined that you were right here in this clinic, opposite the inn. Debts have to be paid. Then you know who it is you owe the biggest debt. That's all I have to say. What about you, Mr. Liang? Just here to see how an old friend is doing. It's not an interrogation. Huai Tianpei has been inhuman for 3 years. You've been here a while yourself, but you picked this time to visit. It's no time to consider private sentiment when there is unrest in the city. In your patriotism, you won't even permit commoners like us to think of private sentiment? I'll sit for a while longer if you're really here to reminisce about old times. But look at us, we've gotten to the point where we can't even talk freely.
Huai Tianpei picks up his cup, drinks it dry, and leaves the room. Anu hello.
Did you get the answers you were looking for, Mr. Liang? I guess so. As Huai Tianpei's old brother, or as the advisor of Yumen, I should be used to you seeing through things by now. Maybe you should change your habit of bringing trouble on yourself. At least don't get to the point where you don't even have someone to talk to. There's a job he just might be the right man for. Like how you had me handle that goblet. Nothing that complicated. Even when he's Huai Tianpei, he's still Huai Tianpui. He's the hardest to change. What about you and I? The same flowers, the same wine, but the spirit of youth is no more. It's precious enough that we can still sit around the same table and chat a little over a drink. It's a fool's errand to try and go back to the past.
Mr. Lee, why do you keep mentioning how old you guys are? Are you guys that old? I mean, I'm not sure how old they are. I want to see him fight the aloof woman. It'd be fun. You're trying to stop me too? A lot has happened over the past couple of days. There's a lot happening that I'm not sure about. If you mean no harm, I suggest you stay and help explain what's happening. I don't have time.
Hand it over.
No! Did they follow you? I don't know them. Are you the ones who've been causing trouble around town?
Stupid girl.
Bunk. Was she holding back when she fought me in the ring? These crooks sure can bark, even if they can't bite. Good job, waifu. Like, I don't consider 40 years to be like super duper old. I was expecting like way older, just based on how they're reacting.
Like, oh yes, my old age.
Like, I was kind of expecting like grandpa age. That's why I was thinking they look rather young for grandpas. Ooh. Ooh, decisions. I would place her here because why not? Yeah, here seems decent. Nah, well, actually over here. No. Yes, over here. That's a pretty place to put her. Oh, this'll hurt though. So let me just get ready. Oh no, pain and suffering. No getting through though. I like how they're just slowly trying to break the rock. But they stand no chance. Oh, I forgot there's a thing. No, they can't get to that area. They have to go this way, so no fear. And I'll just put her here just in case. And over here too, just in case. They're gonna break through the rock soon enough. Unless Susie wrecks them before that. Which she might. Now boop. Oh, he hits hard. Okay, I did not expect that. My bad. Sir, no, you hurt. Susie, get up. Ah. Well, that guy's gonna be annoying. I gotta keep an eye on him. I'll redo that later. Now I know. That is a super annoying dude. And there's more of them. Bringing out a healer might be smart too, but nah. This is fine at this point. I will redo that later. Okay, so this is what I can farm here when I finally defeat it fully. I could always use more devices. So yeah, that's a place that I can farm good. And then over here... That's not too scary. Ooh, even more of those. I want those devices. This map looks friendlier than the other one. No, do not bring someone else because I want to farm. I level up soon. Oh, fighting first thing? Okay. It's not that I'm intimidated or anything. No intimidation. 18, 19... Boop. No fear, no fear, no fear. No fear. So that's the way these guys walk. Bringing out a healer would be nice, you know? Okay, healing good. I mean, it's not like these guys intimidate me a lot. It's only a little bit of intimidation. Only the tiniest amount. I will put her here. No, you destroyed my healer. How could you, sir? Silver Ash, get him! Oh, I feel bad. And I shall just put her here to assert dominance. Yeah, that seems good. And then I gotta put on another healer. This way instead, because Susie, my baby. Okay, Ash, you're just here to suffer for a bit. I'm sorry, Ash. So sorry, Ash. Oh, she at least did that before she goes poof. I am proud of her for that. And she hits pretty hard. That's good. No fear. Okay, 6 more enemies. I'm not too scared about the running doggos. Yay. Good job, waifu. Look at her asserting dominance. They work well together. How many of them are there? Brr. Hey, why did they stop? Why are they looking for you? What's your name? I'm waifu. Even if they read my name like... even if they read my name like... Who around here. Waifu, who... I'll remember. I'm Jiayun. I'll come back and find you. Wait. Strange girl. Let's catch some bad people first. The old man gazes over the map, drawing a course. His gaze moves slowly. He knows how vast a distance every inch on the paper represents. The tea on the table has long grown cold.
I didn't think you would enjoy our provincial human tea, Grand Tutor. Everyone here drinks the same tea, so can I. The tea is a yin and this tea is yin in nature. It's not ideal while the weather is cold. Your knowledge is vast, but you don't pay enough attention to your health. The others would be anxious if you fell ill. Someone better will take my place, even if I fall ill. Each generation is better than the one that came before. There is no single person whom Yan cannot do without. What is important is not one person, one generation, but a legacy. Such has always been the way. Legacy. A difficult concept for us to understand. You've taught countless people who have contributed to Great Yan. The army still uses the martial records left behind by the record keepers for training. I myself have received military instruction from you. At the end of the day, we are expertise. It was all learned from others.
Zhang Yue dumps the cold tea and pours a new cup of hot tea. But cold tea is tasty too.
Thank you. Since when have we become strangers? I've never forgotten the times when we discussed matters of state over candlelight and drew swords alongside one another. But where we stand has changed. Excuse my impudence. You didn't just come to talk about old times, did you? You're right. I came to say goodbye.
Oh, now we're in the warehouse? Here I am.
Hello, Envoy Lin.
Wasn't it 2 days ago that we last saw each other?
More has happened in 2 days than in the 20 years prior.
Now that I think about it, you did what you did that day not to help me, but to stop me from investigating.
I still helped you. I had learned that the LGD sent an acting inspector to oversee the matters of public security when the two cities were docked. I could not associate the commotion you caused at the market and the sword forge with the young girl who stands before me now. Did you set your sights on me from the beginning?
No, only just now. I wasn't sure that all this was your doing until you showed up.
You only suspected?
That was enough.
Your style is unique.
I've always been like this. Did you want to say unscrupulous? And yeah, even without, like, having an immortal body and stuff, as long as you know arts and martial arts and master them epically, like, he's still formidable as heck. Like, heck, brute force versus technique. I feel like technique will win most of the time. Yet I still use brute force because it's my favorite. Could you really call that you've done scrumpulous? Scrupulous?
Fair enough. But what exactly did you mean by all that?
Working with the Shanghai Zong, faking a bandit attack on the messenger, then setting up an attack on me, making the fake catastrophe data real. Then you had someone else steal the Grandmaster's sword to muddy the waters.
The theft of the sword was unexpected. Otherwise, last night never would have happened. But it is impressive that you deduced the switching of the data.
Good thing you had enough decency not to actually not kill the messenger. I have a question myself. Why?
I'm sure you already know the answer.
No, Meng Jieyi. You must say the answer, Mr. Meng, Uncle Meng. You wanted to cause a catastrophe and destroy Yumen just because you had a grudge against the Lord Exorcist? Well, that's one way to act out a grudge, or be like, Lord Exorcist Senpai noticed me.
Zuo Xuanliao and us have been through more than hell and high water together. The word grudge is far too light. And Zuo Xuanliao has taken us too lightly. You are from Lungmen.
I am.
I've heard it's a good place, a prosperous one. I never had a chance to visit. You've seen how things are at Yumen, traveling through the desert all year long, risking catastrophe to deliver important reports, trekking through nothing but sand for days in search of water. You've never experienced that. Someone has to protect the borders, protect the nation. Soldier, civilian. Most Humanites are not local. We left our homes to settle here without a word of complaint. Zuo Xuanliao should not forget that there are others who have had a hand in Yumen becoming Yan's bulwark. Who does he think he is? Driving away those who have bled for Yumen.
You misunderstood the Lord Exorcist.
Then why is the Grandmaster leaving Yumen?
I don't know. What I can't understand is why you want to destroy the city that you've protected for so many years.
How many catastrophes do you think Yumen has encountered in its history? A single catastrophe won't destroy Yumen. It will only unite its people.
Madman. Two young people cower in the corner of the warehouse, looking rather haggard. The cheese. Where are the others? What about the soldiers and the messenger? Oh, it's a boys.
Old Meng from the Sword Forge let them go just now.
Thank goodness they're all right.
Miss Du, I'm sorry we didn't get the job done. The guys in the Sword Forge knocked us out before we even knew what was going on. We found ourselves in the warehouse by the time we came to. Why did they do that?
It's a long story. Come on, stop with the long face.
But it's Xingyu Logistics' first job.
We ran into something this big on our first job. That means we're meant for big things. What a way to spin things, Du. I'm glad you're positive. Now put yourself together and follow me. But man, Mr. Meng, Uncle Meng, you can get your revenge on the dude. But don't drag a bunch of innocent people into it too. They're gonna get hurt during the catastrophe.
I have an idea of where the sword is. You had an idea from the beginning. Just a little private interest. I guess I couldn't keep it from you. Everyone has private interests. That's fine, as long as it doesn't interfere with duty. I have an idea whom to entrust the sword to. I just want to see the last trial through. With your permission, of course. The goodbye you mentioned is more than just this. The path ahead is unknown. Who knows if we'll meet again? A proper farewell is in order. Yumen is headed for the capital. It is about to wake.
The old man turns around and once again casts his eyes towards a map. He sees and thinks about much on it. He suddenly has a question, one that the Grand Tutor would not have asked.
Do you have regrets? Parting is a fact of life. Seeking perfection doesn't mean there won't be regrets. But sometimes I feel that there just isn't much I can do. Yumen started out as a fortress built for that hut. The hero of Yumen could have humble beginnings, or he could belong to one of the long-lived races. But the one thing he cannot be is the incarnation of a Fahrenmut. This is a secret that the Sui regulator must protect at all costs. One cannot expect to be understood and accepted no matter where one goes.
The man walks slowly to the old man's side, and the two of them gaze silently at the depiction of mountains and rivers.
Yumen will approach the capital in 6 months, barring any unexpected events. The markings on the map are locations where civilians are expected to be evacuated prior to Yumen's arrival in the capital. If things get to that point, Yumen must be prepared to sacrifice itself to kill the bestial Sui. This is the price the Yan must pay. The Shanghai Zong struck 20 years ago. Lord Exorcist came to me after things calmed down, before the Sui regulator arrived. He realized that the bestial Sui were a great potential threat to Yan. Yumen will someday return to its original battlefield. When it comes to that, Yumen cannot rely on me or the Jianghu fighters. Everyone must go. This place that many people have called home will return to dust. People on the outside call the Lord Exorcist heartless, but there's so much that he cannot tell anyone. We had a group of common friends. Those who carry heavy responsibilities cannot be trapped by private sentiment. 20 years of conflict. There are misunderstandings, and there were grudges. But there must be closure. This is something that I need to do myself. This is a private request. I dare not ask for your understanding. Yet in some cases, an allowance can be made. Shuo is part of that atrocity, but the people of Yan owe Chong Yue a great debt. So what you mean is, the Lord Exorcist has tasked you to ensure my safety. What danger is there to me if you can protect Yumin? Thank you.
The man turns and leaves the tent. The old man nods slightly in his direction. Oh, there's Wei. We haven't seen Wei in a while.
Lord Wei, I can be of help in the hunt for the criminals. I will see you off.
But Wei, you're supposed to be under house arrest to be protected, I mean. The air feels dead silent. The only sound is that of gravel as it falls on the ground. The warehouse has no windows. Lin Yuxia listens intently for any sounds outside. Minute after minute passes. Have the catastrophe clouds drawn closer? The night wind blows stronger.
You look impatient, Miss Lin. Thank you for chatting with this old man. Perhaps it's because you thought I may still have the real data collected by the catastrophe messenger. Take it.
Why would you give it away for nothing?
It's too late for Yumin to avoid the catastrophe now, even if the correct data reach the Imperial Astronomical Bureau. I would like to make it clear that this plan was entirely my own. The folks who were taken into custody are innocent.
Good to see you still know what innocent is, after putting an entire city's worth of people in danger.
There is an act of nature, and there is an act of men. They should not be confused.
You must have other reasons for delaying me.
Of course, I would not simply waste time on a day like today. I had promised to help an acquaintance leave the city, but I have no choice but to go back on that promise after what happened at the Sword Forge last night. I can only hope to draw more attention and make it easier for her to get out.
The sword thief? Didn't you say that theft was unexpected? Do I think they have enough time to traverse the catastrophe? Probably not, if Uncle Meng says so, but they can try to maneuver like our Rhode Island did through that storm. They might be able to contact some professionals, or maybe someone there is a professional.
Astute as ever. But this is a rather silly matter, too silly to talk about. Let those who should leave, leave. Let the debts that should be settled, be settled. You got what you came for, Miss Lin. You should leave. There was one thing you didn't catch. It's not just Duo Xuan Liao I hold a grudge against. I picked this time and place to settle another debt.
You hide well. You made us work to find you. You turned your back on our partnership.
Weren't you trying to silence me when you went to the Sword Forge last night?
Get the data from the girl. Leave this one to me.
Hey. Maybe you misunderstood.
The old man opens a bag on his belt and takes out an unremarkable black iron hammer. He glares at the Shanghai Zong and speaks through clenched teeth.
Hide. I've been waiting for a chance to finish all of you off.
Oh, yeah, he did say he wants to get them, so he's doing his thing. Oh, so close to leveling up, and then I can farm epically. But I will do one more stage, because I feel like it. Heh heh heh. Wind Aegis. And then I will farm and just farm, because I'm about to level up. Ooh, it's a 21 stage. I like that. And I could always use more Akiton. This seems good. Oh, true. Nomadic City would be far too slow, but they might be able to pull something off. 1, 2, 3. The hammer swings. For over 7,000 days and nights, he swung the hammer just like this. How he wished the hammer was not falling on an unformed iron billet, but on the blades and heads of his enemies. Just like right now. Oh yeah, Uncle Meng was practicing for this.
The rest of you retreat. Your hammer is heavy, but not fast enough. As long as it's heavy enough to break your blade and smash your head in. Oh no, I planned a much better death for you. I wanted to stuff this warehouse full of explosives, and when the catastrophe arrived, to give your lives as an offering to human. Of course, mine would be in there too. So that was your plan? Why would I have taken the initiative to seek your cooperation otherwise?
I don't see why we should have such enmity between us.
Maybe it was how you somehow managed to sneak into human. Somehow disguise yourselves as martial artists to gain the trust of the guards, and then somehow cause chaos all over the city, turning human into what it is right now. My memory's not that bad yet. The day you first showed up in the city, I recognized you right away. I waited 20 years for you to come. Such a pity that with just a little accident, everything was lost. Lucky I still have this hammer of mine.
I feel like Uncle Meng probably won't come out alive at this point. Unfortunately for him. But if he does, then good for him. That just shows how powerful his hammer be. The warehouse is dimly lit, and the glass blade in Lin Yuxia's hands turn more and more transparent. The Shanghai Zong seem fearful of her exquisite originium art, and instead of swarming her, they coordinate and slowly begin to encircle her. For such a group to hide in the city for so long and stay undiscovered. Their fighting style doesn't seem to come from any common school or military, and yet they're fierce and unrelenting, but also disciplined and highly organized. Where exactly did they come from? If only I had Qian's sword here to better deal with them. What am I daydreaming for? My top priority is to break out of here and bring the data with me. Hey, let me help! What are you still doing here? I got the cheese out and heard a fight over this way. Sure enough, it was this bunch again. Your friends. They're fine. The messenger and the escorts are all fine. Meng Tieyi had them locked up, but didn't harm a single one of them. Don't look at me like that. You haven't been forgiven yet. After we clean up these guys, I'll settle the score with you. Then it's best you start thinking how to survive this. They won't be easy to deal with. You don't need to remind me.
Yao Ye?
You're not allowed to call me that.
Sounds like you know.
Distracted?
Shut up.
Why would I shut?
I wasn't talking to you. Anyway, I'm glad you're alright. I will make my apologies after defeating my foe with my own hands.
Heh. Why do you sound so relieved speaking to me? Because no one actually lost their lives because everything is still in your hands? If you've always planned a fake death for the messenger team, why did you ask me to put the cheese on the job? Everyone in the city holds you in the highest regard, and you play games with their lives.
To be honest, it's not like I've never wavered. But when you showed up at my door so enthusiastically, saying you wanted to open the first modern logistics company in Yumen, and told me not to consider your father, Zhang Qingyue's reputation. Oh, how I miss the times when we were young.
The force of each blade on him increases, as does the ferocity of the girls screaming at him. Meng Tieyi stops talking, grits his teeth, and swings his hammer. I remember you telling me that you were a well-known figure in Yumen for all the right and wrong reasons. In your day, you trained with the Grandmaster to kill your enemies, and quick to exact revenge. In order to exact justice for the people who were robbed, you chased the bandits for more than 100 li out in the desert and destroyed their stronghold. You would know exactly how many street shops. You know exactly how many streets, shops, and tents there are in the city. You know every part of Yan that your sworn brothers in the army hail from. But right now, do you even care about human anymore? You're way more pedantic and muddled than my father, who refuses to let go of his old ways. Times change, and so will we. Escorts will turn into logistics companies, and the sword forge will turn into a regular workshop. No one can stop this, and you shouldn't even try. No matter how much you hate, how much resentment you hold in your heart, you have no right to test human with a catastrophe just to see if it can hold a candle to its old days. How dare you? Are you even worthy of the city? Meng, are you even worthy of yourself? ... Du Yaoye, watch out!
Huh?
Meng Tieyi has never once looked back. A deal between masters does not tolerate even the slightest distraction, let alone an enigmatic like this woman. He isn't sure if he fully comprehends exactly what little Du Yaoye has been scolding him over, only that it is loud and muddled with a lot of emotion. But he hears Lin Yuxia's warning loud and clear and turns his head on reflex. Aww. It's all because she was there that he turned. Goodbye, Uncle Meng. Meng Tieyi throws a hammer in his hand, knocking away the enemies and closing onto Du Yaoye's back. At the same time, a long and narrow blade cuts his spine open. Ouch! Uncle Meng!
Xingyu Logistics. It's a good idea, but I won't get to see the seeds sprout myself.
Have you never considered the Jiang who you speak of is still here, just in a different form?
The rest of you are next.
The woman steps over the body lying on the ground. Man, Du needs to have her training arc. She did a training arc technically and became a logistics company, but now she has to have like a martial arts training arc. First, she got like bonked by her dad, guys, and now over here, she almost gets jumped, and then Uncle saves her and then dies himself. Du, you need to go train. Blood drips down the extremely long blade. She's coming. I can see that. Since escorting the messengers was a trap, that means Xingyu Logistics has yet to really open. I'm not sure if you'd be willing to accept my request to deliver something. Right now? This box holds a true catastrophe data that must be handed over to the Lord Exorcist. Take my token with you, and he will let you in. And then what? Then you'll start hoping that it's not too late. Don't give me that. You'll have me run off while you stay behind and play the hero. You should know very well, I'm not that good of a person. But someone has to get the data out. This woman is so unfathomably powerful, she even killed Meng Tieyi. With my arts, I might be able to hold them back and create a quick opening for you. What about you? Who knows? What are you talking about? If you think you can hold them back for me, then we'll switch roles. I'm sorry for lying to you about your friends. You're not the only one who has lied to me. When I was yelling at Meng Tieyi earlier, that was all for you too. Right, I forgot to tell you this, honestly. I think it is impressive for someone to travel so far and work so hard to make her living. Now's not the time for... Remember this. If you don't make it out, Human won't make it through the catastrophe either. This is a tall order, but Xingyu Logistics accepts. Close your eyes. Lin Yuxia shakes her hands. and the glass shards fall to the ground, instantly turning to quicksand. Streams of fine sand flow from the corners of the ceiling, quickly converging as one.
Still feel like putting up a...
The sand rises. In the cramped warehouse, a sandstorm forms. Will do. Time to do your first job. Your first official job.
Did something catch fire over there? Could it be arson? Let's go take a look. The sand sluice? Who would even come here? True.
The military whistle sounds from the top of the city. The sky is already pitch black, and the outline of the full moons can be vaguely seen through the clouds. If the old smith has finished his work and returns to the sword forge to find her missing, he could probably figure out that he should look for her over the sand sluice. The nomadic city foundations chew through the ground, the high-speed turbines grinding up oversized obstacles along with tons of sand and gravel, spitting them out with a deafening sound. The old smith was right. There are no guards posted here, because no one would ever want to leave the city this way. It's almost time. Violent braying.
3 times you've gotten away from me, and lucky enough, you've once again walked yourself into a dead end.
I don't know you.
The sword in your back has nothing to do with our plans, but an object hiding 1/12 of the bestial Sui's consciousness is of great interest to someone.
Bestial Sui? What are you talking about?
Sounds like you don't know anything. That makes you even less worthy of holding that sword. Hand it over. A black halo behind your head. And Anasa?
So what if I am?
And Anasa actively mingling in a Yanese nomadic city? How ridiculous. Have you forgotten where you came from? Forgotten what happened to your people? While you were suffering out in the wilderness, aimlessly looking for food and shelter, did Yan ever help you?
Anasa, you should join the Shanghai Zong organization. All I see is the terrible things you've done to the city.
Then you're a fool.
I feel bad for her. This is her first time in the city and just all sorts of drama just happened. She's like, everyone here is pretty bad. Or the people that I've been interacting with, they're kind of horrible. I mean, maybe not waifu. Waifu's fine. She's cool. And also, I guess the doctor, or the one who was taking care of her, aka waifu's dad, I guess he's kind of cool too. But everyone else she met, kind of mean to her. I mean, Uncle Meng was kind of nice. Yeah, he was nice to her. But most of them, she's just like, yeah, you're bad, you're bad. You all want me to join you, but no. The sand will soon disperse. There's no way I could match the woman Chief Wei and Dad couldn't beat together. But I can at least delay her for a while longer to buy Du Yaoye a little more time to make her way out. You're scared of me, but you gave me another opportunity to escape. It seems that after all these years, you people have not changed a bit. Consider it an honor to die a brave death. Gallantry isn't exactly my style, and I'm not about to let you kill me. A crunch sounds, and within the next second, the yellow sand condenses into a glass blade. Trying a sneak attack? You lot really enjoy your cheap tricks. To try and sneak an attack while ignoring the disparity in strength is just asking to die. In the end, so many means were employed to force Meng Tie out and obtain the catastrophe data. I guess I could count this as having done a good deed. Oh well. The glass sword crumbles inch by inch, the long blade already falling on her brow. Ji Xiao. Rose Ji. A crimson sword tears through the airborne sand and dust. Oh? Xian, what are you doing here? And she has Is this another outfit for her? Look at you, Chen. Back-to-back events. Yeah, I'm surprised to see her around again. It's like she was back in the other event and now she's here. Look at her just traveling the world, rescuing all the pretty ladies. Swords clash, the sound rings through the air, wrought by friction. Lin Yuxia's sword shifts its form between sand and glass, countless shards in the air reflecting a silhouette within. The figure stands before her, tall and straight as a as a poplar. You know, let's just start prepping the next thumbnail, haha. How did you know I would be here? I like her outfit. So I want to see what she looked like without the cape. Oh dang, Chen. What are you talking about? I saw your art in the distance, and I figured you were asking me to come save you. I will give her drip an 8.5 out of 10, just because I want to see without the cape. Then maybe I'll get higher. Don't flatter yourself. I had no idea you were coming to Yumen. So, why are you here? Just passing through. Did you follow me here like you did in Dosalis? Wasn't that you following me? You must have heard about the assassination attempt on Wei. If you've got time to talk at me, you've got time to explain what exactly is going on here. The sand and dust have dissipated completely. Not a soul remains in the warehouse. I don't have time. We have to get to the city gate. Du Yaoye has been in the city for a while, but she never realized the streets went on for so long. Just 100 meters feels more difficult than traversing the mountain roads of Shunri Peak. The small box in her arms feels heavier than any quarry shouldered by the mountain pole carriers. Be it the escort association or logistics company, things will always be the same. For the sake of our livelihood, we put our lives on the line. If you wish to make a name for yourself in this business, you need to understand how heavy the weight on your shoulders is. I'll never forget all the stories about escort missions Dad would tell me, even if he kept repeating them over and over again. Or maybe because he did. The principle's the same every time, but you only really understand it after experiencing it for yourself. Faster, faster! I can see the gates. They've almost caught up to me? Du Yaoye is skilled in the art of using the wind to anticipate danger. If she focuses without distraction, she could absolutely dodge this arrow. The arrow pierces her right shoulder, causing the box to slip out of her grasp. She hastily reaches out with her left hand to catch it, but ends up falling to the ground, along with the box. Oof. Rough first day on the job, huh, Du? Silence her and retrieve the object. Aw yeah, waifu to the rescue. Miss Du. It's you. I was chasing another group of bad guys and ended up here. Last night, when I hurried over to the Sword Forge, I saw the Mandarins taking you away with them. What's going on here? Don't want to talk about it. Help me out. Let's take care of these guys first. Good plan. Loose your arrows. Impudence. A stretch of silk, a patch of snow, or perhaps the gleaming of a sword. The arrows fall to the ground, neatly sliced in two. You're the one who saved Zuole last night. Help me. I have something very important to deliver to the Lord Exorcist. He's at the Outer City Tower, and you're seriously wounded. Can you still run? Save the goods, then the men. Very well. Then leave them to us. Right. That envoy Lin of yours is still holed up in the warehouse fighting some evil woman. Go help her. Yuthia. Right, you get moving. Again with public acts of violence, you, Shanghai Zong, have gone too far. Man, Chiubai is just so cool. She comes when she's needed. And then she kicks ass. Great job, Chiubai.
Master.
Where's the girl?
I almost got her, but these two stopped me.
Useless.
Hurry after her and get the data.
You shall not pass.
You think you can stop me?
Let's see if you can dodge my blade another time. So she's the evil lady Dio was talking about? If she's here, then that means Yusia is... I'm fine. Finally caught up. Yusia, is that... Superintendent Chen? That's her, alright. Where's Du Yaoye? She's already on the move. Good. Then there's only one thing left to do here. Stop that woman. Boring. It seems that after all these years, you people have not changed a bit. You don't know how to respect power. A colony of ants is still just ants. The wind blows away the clouds, and moonlight shines on the long and empty street. The road is clean, save for a few yellow leaves swirling around the stone bricks. It's the kind of cleanliness that comes after the decline of prosperity, like a bleak autumn night. It all ends here. You think Xi Xiao can only deflect her arts at best, and she wouldn't be able to cut through? You know, that's fine. She can deflect with a sword, and then she can shoot her in the face with her water gun instead, right? That's how Qian works. If only. Autumn nights. Oh, I like this group shot. So she's behind all the chaos that's been plaguing the city. You know, I thought the other one would make for a good thumbnail, but nah, group shots are better. I like that. I like that a lot. I want to join the crew. It's time to put an end to her troublemaking. Be careful. Her arts are extremely strange. Even my father and Chief Wei working together couldn't capture her. She's got a lot of tricks up her sleeve. You're telling me that this woman, talking all that trash, is the one who tried to assassinate Wei Yanwu? You scared? You've got to be kidding me. Sounds perfect. We'll knock her out right here, and I'll get to shove it in Wei Yanwu's face. Alright. Let's settle this here and now. Fight, fight, fight! Though I don't want to fight her right now. She scares me. I mean, she doesn't scare me. Why would she scare me? No, she scares me. Only a little bit. Oh no, they're gonna start going up there. I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate that in the slightest. Shoot. Well, at least they gotta bite through that first. I have some time to start bringing people out. Now decisions. I should put people here to just... Yeah, I think I'll just put people here at this point. Because why not? They can't get through my blocks if I destroy them first. 18, 19, 20, 21. There you go. I believe in her. So I'll give her a friend. She needs a friend down here, so boop. Though Chen pretty much gets this by herself. She got this. I believe in her. Though having someone else to help on this side might be good, so... like over here. Over here-ish. Just in case they get past a little bit. No fear. And now more decisions. I could put Silver Ashdown, he's a good help. He can help bonk people. Yeah, he's a good boy. Okay, I don't have to fight her here. Very good. I don't want to fight her yet. And heck yeah, the goal is to finish by next stream. So then that way, next week I can farm a bunch inside of both events. This and Neurofest without worry. Oh, so much farming. So much farming. But it's worth it. Event rewards are the bestest. I rather farm events than regular stages. No fear. They're not even gonna get up to Lin at this point, but it's good. It's actually a good thing. Nope, still out of the way. And now, bonk. Oh, he broke a thing. And there. All good. Someone, anyone.
You again. Didn't we just let you out? Keep making noise and it's no more Mr. Nice Guy.
Daisy. This box is holding something that can save the city, so shut up and give it to Zuo.
This is data for the Imperial Astronomical Bureau and a token? Girl, how did this come into your possession? Hey, wake up! Hurry, call a medic!
I like how after he sees that, he's like, oh, okay, this is important. Oops.
Where exactly did this woman come from?
Has Superintendent Qian finally met her match?
Qi Xiao can't cut through her arts. If you can even call it arts in the first place.
She doesn't seem to know any kung fu, but her swordplay is ridiculously quick. It's like the kind of kung fu you find in those fake forbidden techniques manuals that say they'll teach you to transcend space and time. We'll trade a few more blows with her and see if I can figure it out.
Careful now. She's not playing with us. Slip up once and you might die. Even if you don't, you still will. You want a few more rounds with me? Sure, let's start with you.
This time, her blade flies quicker than in her previous bouts. Waifu can only feel the autumn wind brushing against her face, leaving her no time to react. Suddenly, a wall appears in front of her, or rather, a man's back as thick and wide as a wall. Father? Waifu looks at the wall in front of her that she saw last over a decade ago. Still, the sight overlaps with the one in her memories. The reunion comes sooner than she expected and catches her off guard.
So this is the one Lee mentioned. The one who's been bothering everyone.
You again?
Turns out I've been sleeping bad because I was about to run to someone I'd rather not see.
Huai Tianpei sweeps a quick glance behind him. His movements are light and quick, but Waifu catches them perfectly clearly.
I didn't want to fight anybody until my match with the Grandmaster. Guess today's a cheat day. So yeah, you've got some skills, but I can't say I know any kung fu school where you bully your juniors for practice. If you're itching for a fight, I'll take you on.
Huai, you're at a disadvantage unarmed. I'll lend you my sword.
Don't need it. Anything my fist can't break, a sword won't cut either.
Don't overestimate yourself. Waifu gets a front row seat to the action. Sidestep, chop, quick step, twist, elbow strike. All moves she has learned herself. Seeing the pain expression on his opponent's face, it is clear that Huai Tianpei is using his full strength. He's feeling pains from his fists. You know, maybe his journey wasn't fruitless. After all, he can beat her up. He can beat up Ferenmut. That's such an awkward exchange, though. How he's like, "Man, I wasn't sleeping well because I met with someone I did not want to meet, aka my daughter. Gosh darn it, I had to meet up with her. I didn't want to see her face." It's like, thanks, Dad. Waifu imagines what it feels like to be slammed into a wall.
Right. That thumb blade. I dodged it by a hair, but it caught my skin.
Damn you. After being knocked back several feet, the woman steadies herself with her blade. The tremendous impact seems to have little lasting effect on her, as she lifts her sword again and assumes a defensive stance. But being knocked off balance has made her furious, and anger whips into a tangible wind, with everyone present feeling a chill run up their spines at the same time. The moonlight intensifies.
Still got more tricks under her sleeve?
This sensation again.
Oh, her chi feels different. Great. Let's go for another round.
Low-pitched hissing. The woman raises her head and glances toward the sky, the clouds drifting across and obscuring half of the moonlight. She lowers her half-raised blade.
Since the girl already delivered the data, I'm not going to bother with you any longer. It doesn't matter. You're out of time. Human City won't escape this calamity.
She's only leaving because she's like, oh gosh, I didn't think he'd actually punch me. He actually hits me and yeeted me to a wall. I don't appreciate that. I'm just gonna leave now. But I can't make it obvious. It's because I don't need to be here. She already delivered the data, so I'm going now. Yep, that's exactly it. Not because I did not like being punched. Not at all. Though, you know what's the funniest part? A sword wasn't able to hurt her, like an epic sword. Epic arts wasn't able to hurt her, but what did hurt her was a punch. Never underestimate brute force. I mean, he does have technique too, so technique plus brute force is extra fear.
Seems like we weren't needed. We did witness a splendid showdown, though, so I wouldn't say it was a waste. The young will surpass us in time. I assumed you were referring to that fellow. I'd say Qian here has already learned a good chunk of what you have to offer. What do you think of her swordplay? Skillful, but not yet at the peak of perfection. Oh? So what you mean to say is...
Brother Meng! Sorrowful howl resounds through the long and deserted street. Back at the agency, Waifu saw plenty of soap operas depicting children reunited with their parents. Some cried bitterly while others threw furniture around. The actors' intense performances felt strange and unfamiliar to Waifu. When watching with Hunger Lee, they would always silently change the channel. She tried to imagine what it would be like when she saw him again. The pent-up resentment, anger, confusion, and dissatisfaction and that accumulated over a decade. How would she express herself to him? But at this very moment, the man standing right in front of her feels less real than the cold wind blowing on her face. You came to my rescue, so thanks for that.
Sure.
Anything else you'd like to say?
I'm good.
Then prepare yourself.
All right.
She's taking out her pent-up anger. Dad, what does Hong Mei Wing Chun mean? Of all the countless kung fu styles under heaven, you chose this one, huh? Alright, I'll teach you this one. Which style did you use, Dad? I want to learn the same one as you.
I'll teach you mine, but not now. You still haven't mastered the basics. Once you've got a solid foundation, then you can learn my kung fu.
Okay. I've sparred with him so many times that I've lost count. The moment our fists connect, my arm adapts with muscle memory. More submerged memories also flow out of my mind. A small courtyard with blue brick and stone flooring, a large porcelain water jar always filled full, wooden stakes wrapped with cloth, and a tall figure whose face could never be clearly seen. That was my world, day after day, silently practicing and enduring hardships year after year, cultivating my mind and tempering my character. I've never seen Chung Yue fight in this event so far. I mean, in that one cutscene thing, I mean, it did show him, but at the same time, we don't know how powerful he is yet, or I don't know. But I believe that waifu's dad can probably have a decent fight with him. Well, based on the exchange with the aloof lady. My sparring partner changed from my father to a wooden dummy, never letting myself rest even for a day. Over the past decade, practicing kung fu became as natural as eating and sleeping. I think I asked him the question, why? Why did you teach me kung fu? Why did you have me become a warrior just like you? The intertwining of moves and techniques, the simple and genuine connection. You've taught me so much, but I was never chasing you. I found my own goals, I know why I practice kung fu, and I won't change the path I chose just because a man's back popped up in front of me. And I will surpass you. A fist lands on the man's robust chest, as if hitting a thick wall. Oh, she's so tiny compared to him. It gives off a muffled sound.
You've improved over the years, but you're still a long way from matching me.
Big talk, but I wouldn't have even landed a hit on you back then. If this is as far as you've come in a dozen years, then I'll catch up to you real soon.
My daughter enjoys some big talk.
That's not a compliment. I lose. Huai Tianpei twirls his beard, thinks for a long time, and suddenly bursts into laughter.
That move where you kicked me in the chin doesn't look like anything I taught you. What fun. Anyway, I'm heading back to the clinic.
Wow! After that reunion, he's just like, you know, that was fun. Bye. Bye again, daughter. I'm glad she was able to take out her feelings by fighting him. But at the same time, wow, Dad's reaction. He just instantly wants to go back. It's like, he could be like, wow, daughter, you did so good. Tell me about your journey. Let's go have dinner together. You fought so well. Look at all the stuff that went on. But no. Just like, okay, that was fun. Bye. Why? Wait a second.
Do you need me for something?
Where's the Grandmaster's sword and Zuole?
The sword's with the girl, and that Mandarin boy probably went after her.
Who is a dad? He gets a solid 2. Like, he's not abusive or anything really, but he is just the neglectful type. He literally just went off on a journey. He just abandoned his wife and child. He's just like, you know what? I want to do my own thing, you guys. And I'm not going to take you guys with me. I'm going to just go on my own journey of self-discovery and gaining strength. Bye. It's like, will you ever contact us, Dad? Or Dad? Will you contact us, husband?
Nope.
Wow. Okay. Whatever. Huai. Bye.
Can't say for sure. I'm pretty much done with all this stuff.
Wait. The Grandmaster wants to see you.
Oh? I've been going easy on you since you're in Anasa. But hand over the sword now or I'll show you no mercy.
No. Her wound reopens, and the young Anasa girl holds the sword in front of her chest with her left hand, throwing her chakram with her right, barely deflecting the enemy's attack. She falls back step by step, as her arms feel heavier and heavier.
It just occurred to me that even if I let you go, you still need a way out.
How did you know I would be here?
I grew up here. I was a mischievous boy who tried to sneak out of the city through the sand sluices, and was duly punished by my father for doing so. But only someone as stubborn as you would dare think this way.
You still want to stop me?
Tell me, did you come to human just for the sword?
Yes.
And you wish to present the sword as an offering?
Yes.
And after that, will you return it?
Well, Yes, I will.
That eccentric from the clinic promised me earlier that if I broke your word, he would bring you back himself. But having said all that, retrieving the sword was, and still is, my duty. So while I have no qualms about taking you at your word, just this once, I will get the sword back, even if I have to jump into the sand sluice myself. Yinuo, Tianjin, you may not know the idiom, literally. A promise worth 1,000 gold. Break your word and I will drag you back here personally.
All right.
You're wasting your effort. Hurt as she is, she'll die when she jumps down there. 3/4 past the hour of you. The turbine should have slowed down by now. There's no time to waste. Get going!
Wow, Zuole, you're doing something that I respect for once. The young candleholder turns around to face his powerful foe, and a light gleams from his sword unsheathing. The young Anasa girl hugs the sword tightly in her arms and leaps down into the churning sand. Though this is his job, and I guess in a way he's also taking responsibility since he was the one who stabbed her originally. Imperial Astronomical Bureau Representative. The observatory has recalculated its results according to the information we have just received. The catastrophe has manifested as a sandstorm, and its scale is about 3 times larger than the one that struck the city 4 years ago. The prior misinformation has already cost us too much time, so the situation is not optimistic. Duo Xuan Liao looks at the box in his hands, the surface clearly worn down by gravel and sand. A few days ago, was there another person looking at this box just as he is now? How did he feel? If there was a mirror in his military tent, Xuan Liao would have noticed the strands of silver hair on his scalp multiplying over the past few days.
Let's get to the point.
Presently, Yumin is in the middle of the catastrophe's trajectory, and won't be able to avoid it, even if we change course. We have but one method available to us. We can split Yumin up into blocks and disperse in different directions to evade the catastrophe.
How much time would that cost us?
Reconnecting after separation and returning to full speed will probably take about 6 months.
There's no time.
It is the only feasible way to ensure the city's safety.
It is not the city's safety we want to secure.
The general lingers in his tent, the night outside the window still seemingly serene. The unseen danger lurks far away, but he knows it is still out there. He has seen these sights for decades, but he has never loathed the vast desert as much as he does right now.
If we can only ensure the safety of our people.
General, you mean to?
Prepare the front for direct catastrophe impact, and evacuate all civilians from the east side of the core city to the west for resettlement. Activate all defense fortifications and station Imperial Astronomical Bureau casters on the city walls to resist the aftershocks. How long will repairs take after the fact?
General Zuo, the risk is too great.
How long will they take?
Yeah, that'll technically be a W for him in a way. Kind of, sort of. For Mr. Zuole. He's being a little tsundere about it. But it's okay, he did a good thing. Repairing the front walls And some of the city's infrastructure will take by a conservative estimate, 3 months.
Sure.
Time is of the essence, so I urge the general to make a decision as soon as possible.
Mr. Liang, have you come to shackle me to ensure I don't act on my own? I'm here to relay the Grand Tutor's opinion to trust in General Zuo's judgment. Very well. Prepare to confront the catastrophe.
Well, it's a good thing there's 2 people here, or at least 2 people here who know sand arts. Oh! Level up! Yay! Ah, yes, look at all my sanity that I gotta spend the night farming and farming and farming and farming. I mean, I'd want to go the safer route. I wouldn't mind if it took 6 months if it's safer to just put everything apart. Yeah, I feel like safe is best. Safe definitely is my favorite. And I'm just gonna keep on farming. This is gonna be my life for the night. Farming, 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 auto farming. But I'm gonna switch Arknights to my phone after the stream. Just so I can farm on my phone and then farm on my computer for Fate. I will maximize my abilities. Without going too crazy, and then also play a video in the background to keep myself alive and awake. Yes, that is how it'll be. That is my plan for the rest of the night. And maybe... Now that is watching stuff, I was gonna say, and maybe catch up on some stuff. But no, I cannot distract myself by looking at things. So I gotta play something I can understand clearly. Without having to stare. It's all good, though. I hope your internet gets better soon. So thank you for stopping by the stream. I hope everyone has a great rest of their day and epic gacha luck. I would be farming now. And maybe grab some more gimbap because food is always good. So I'll see you guys later. Bye bye! Wee!